everyone. I am here back with a new video for the tutorial series web programming. Today, I am going to demonstrate to you on how to create a file inside of your project folder and run it on the browser. First, find your first web project folder inside of HCDocs folder. Go to this PC, partition C where you have installed the exam. Then to the HDocs folder and find first web project folder. Open the specific project folder. Yes, now I have landed in the root directory of our first project. Here you can create any file inside of this root folder, but you should be well cared for the extension of the file. This folder is like a domain name of your hosted web application www.yourprojectname.com. And each time you call this project folder from the browser, it executes a relevant file which is more suited to this file. So here I am going to create my first file and name it index.php. To create the file, I will use the Sublime Text Editor as the IDE, as it's a simple IDE when starting to learn coding. I'll guide you to some special features of this IDE in my following video after this. You can download the Sublime Text Editor for free on the web. It's a file with leisure inside so you can install and run it on your PC without any interruptions. As it's highlight weight IDE which can be used in any PC without the need of huge system specification needs. So, I open the Sublime Text Editor this way. Here, you may see some project folders already in my Sublime Text Editor. These are my projects which I coded by Sublime Text Editor. As I said earlier, the Sublime Text Editor is so handy and easier to use. So, here I should tell the Sublime Text Editor which project folder I am going to work on. For that purpose, you have to drag and drop my first web project folder to the side panel of the Sublime Text Editor like this. Here, I close other files already open in the Sublime Text Editor and switch to the new project folder this way. Now, I click on this panel beside my project folder telling the IDE that I am going to work on the specific project folder. After spanning, you can see the project folder structure we have already created in the previous video. So, inside of the root directory, I'm going to create my first file name. It index with extension PHP. For creating a file inside of the project folder, span the project folder and go to the file. Then click on the new file option in the drop-down menu appearing. Then a new file will be created with the name untitled as default because a file without a name is created first as an untitled file. So we need to give it name as an index and save it with a PHP extension. For that, again click on the file option, then the save as option and find the root directory of your project. So here I find the project folder of my web project inside of the ht docs like this. Then I give index.php as a file name, and you should make sure that save as type is selected to all files in the drop down menu below the file name. Then click on the save button to save the file in the root directory. Now you may have a doubt why I create a folder named index with PHP extension. The reason for that is the index is the first file which is gonna execute in the browser when you call the specific folder or a URL. The reason why I use the PHP extension is to tell the browser that the a specific file contains both PHP and HTML codes. If you just give it a HTML extension, you can't write any PHP code inside of the file apart from the HTML code. But when you give it a PHP extension, you can write both PHP and HTML codes in the file. Now, I'm going to run the project folder in the URL and show you. To run the PHP project in the web browser, I have to switch on both Apache and MySQL service from the exam control panel like this. Then I copy only the project folder name and paste it after the localhost and /mark in the browser this way. Okay, now I hit enter to execute it on the browser. So here you see a blank page. This is exactly the index PHP file I created inside of the project folder. Now, I am going to prove it by echoing something with PHP tags. If you don't know what these codes are, please don't be confused. I'll guide you step by step in the next videos, as today I will only guide you on how to create the first file and execute it in the browser. Okay. I write simple hi inside of a PHP echo function, save the file and re-enter the URL and prove it now. Yes, now show it's the index file executed. Now I will prove further by renaming the index file name to a different one just to prove you that other names are not gonna work this way. So now I rename the file to another file and re-enter back the URL in the browser to execute and see. Yes. Now you saw no file open. Now we should have understood that the index file is the one which gets called whenever the project folder is called. You may see in many websites when you call a domain name, it redirects you to a specific page called home page. It's the index page you are literally landed into when you call any web address. So, homepage or a landing page of the website can be named as index php. Then the specific page will be loaded whenever the particular domain is called. In the same way, you can create an index.php file in the admin folder and run the index file call in the admin folder. For that, I go to the admin folder by the Sublime text editor and create a new file and save it as index.php this way. Then I copy the URL path for the admin folder and paste it in the address bar after the localhost and /, then hit enter to execute the page. Now you again can see a blank page as we haven't written anything in the file yet. So now I just echo hi. Welcome to the admin directory by the PHP echo function in the index PHP file and execute back the URL in the address bar to see the magic. Now I refresh the page. Yes, I got the page. Now, hope you learned what an index file is and When to use the index file. In this case, at the admin panel, index file can be created to write a code for the login page at the admin panel, as index file is the file which is triggered whenever called the admin folder. So, hope you learned a very important concept of web programming today with this video. The following video, I will bring you guidance on special features of Sublime and how to use it properly to code your first program. Hope you enjoy our video. As usual, to receive notification on our next video release, please subscribe and press the bell icon on our channel. Thank you. Stay safe and healthy. Goodbye.